Alright, so we're going to be on lesson 2.4, solving two-step and multi-step inequalities. And so we're just going to kind of build on from yesterday and the day before, everything. And pretty simple, I really don't have an intro for this lesson. We are inequalities that contain more than one operation require more than one step to solve. Weird. And what are we going to use to undo the operations of inequality one at a time? We're going to use inverse operations. This is new. So I'm just going to go straight into solving these problems. You guys can get on to your assignment. Solve the inequalities and graph their solutions. I have 45 plus 2b is greater than 61. I want to, what step am I going to undo first? I'm going to subtract 45 from both sides because that's farther away from the 2b. Because 2b, 2 times b plus 45, the second step that's happening is the plus 45. So I'm going to undo that one first. Minus 45 from both sides. 2b is greater than 16. I'm going to divide both sides by 2. b is greater than 8. Let's put that on a number line. I'm going to leave it open because it's not equal to, and b is greater than 8. Everything greater than 8. Awesome. Let's look at number 2. 8 minus 3y. Oh, this marker sucks. Hold on. Eight minus 3y is greater than or equal to 29. Okay? I'm going to get rid of my 8 first. And now this is a positive 8. Don't get mistaken by this negative sign here. So this is a positive 8, so I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides. I have a negative 3y is greater than or equal to 21. Divide both sides by negative 3. These are going to cancel out. Now y is going to be, we need to switch our sign because we divided by a negative, is going to be less than or equal to negative 7. I'm going to graph that on a number line. Okay, my dot at negative 7, I'm going to shade it in because it's equal to negative 7. And y is going to be less than negative 7, so shade to the left because it's everything less than negative 7. All right. Let's go on to number 3. 1 minus 2n over 3 is greater than or equal to 7. Okay, so I have this fraction here and I want to get my 3 out of the denominator first. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 3. Now I have 1 minus 2n is greater than or equal to 21. So now I'm going to get rid of this 1 here. And now I said, like before, don't get confused by this negative here because this is a positive 1. So I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides. Negative 2n is greater than or equal to is greater than or equal to 20 because I just subtracted 1. I'm going to divide both sides by negative 2. And n is going to be, I'm going to switch my sign because I divided by a negative. N is going to be less than or equal to negative 10. Let's graph that. Negative 10. Shade it in because it's equal to. And n is less than or equal to, so everything less than negative 10. Okay, now you guys have a couple to try on your own. And then we're going to go straight into, we're going to talk about simplifying before solving our inequalities. So you might need to simplify by using the order of operations, by combining like terms, or by using our distributive property before you can get to solving your inequality. So we're going to work with a couple of those quick. So number 6 this is for. Number 6, 2 minus negative 10 is greater than negative 4t. So I need to just combine my like terms here because you see minus negative 10, we can change that to a plus sign. So 2 plus 10 which gives us 12 is greater than negative 4 times t. I want to get t by itself. I'm going to divide both sides by a negative 4. And so I'll have a negative 3. I divided by a negative, so I need to switch my sign, is less than t. Let's graph that on a number line. Negative 3 is less than t. So negative 3 is less than t. So t is going to be everything that's greater than negative 3. Make sure that you pay attention to what side your variable is on. Let's look at number 7. Negative 8 plus 4, or whoa. Giving away steps here. Negative 4 times 2 minus x is less than or equal to 8. First thing I'm going to do is I want to distribute my negative 4 into here. So negative 8 plus 4x, because negative 4 times negative x gives us plus 4x, is less than or equal to 8. So let's solve for x. I'm going to add 8 to both sides. I don't need to change my sign or anything, so I'm just adding. So 4x is less than or equal to 8 plus 8, 16. Divide by 4. X is going to be less than or equal to 4. Put this on a number line. I'm going to shade that in because it's equal to, and x is going to be everything less than or equal to 4, so everything that's less than 4. All right. So this would be for number 8. I have 2/3 f plus 1/2 is greater than 1/3. Okay. So I need to subtract 1/2 from both sides. These will cancel out. When I subtract 1/2 from over here, what happens? I need a common denominator. So I'm going to have both of these be over 6. 1/3, multiply the top and the bottom by 2. So I have 2 over 6 minus, and multiply both these by 3, minus 3 over 6, that's going to be negative 1 over 6. So I'm left with 2/3 times f is greater than negative 1 over 6. These are being multiplied, I want to divide, so I'm going to multiply by my reciprocal. Times 3 over 2, times 3 over 2. These cancel out. I'm left with f is greater than, I can reduce on my diagonals, so it gives me a 1 and a 2. Negative 1 times 1, negative 1 over 2 times 2, 4. Put that on a number line. Negative 1 over 4. Put a 0 here. Negative 1/2 here. And I'm going to put a dot here. And I'm going to leave that open because it's not equal to. And f is going to be greater than negative 1/4. So I'm going to shade in everything that's greater than 1/4. Might as well just do the application problem right away too, huh? You guys have two you tries. And I'm going to look right to the application problem, where it says, to rent a certain vehicle, Rent-A-Ride charges $55 per day with unlimited miles. So I'm going to write that down. I'm going to call mine RR. That's for Rent-A-Ride is equal to $55 per day. And that's it, straight flat charge. The cost of renting a similar vehicle at We Got Wheels, so I'm going to call that one WW, but that's We Got Wheels, is $38 per day plus 20 cents per mile. For what number of miles is the cost at Rent-A-Ride less than the cost at We Got Wheels? So I need to find a variable, and I'm going to have my variable be m, and that's going to equal the number of miles. And so I want to know for what number of miles is the cost at Rent-A-Ride. So at what number of miles is the cost at Rent-A-Ride? So when it's 55 less than the cost. So when is 55 less than the cost at or at We Got Wheels? And what is We Got Wheels? It's $38 plus 20 cents per mile. So now we're going to solve for M, subtract 38 from both sides. 17 is less than 0.20 M divided by 0.20. 17 divided by 0.20, which would be 85 is less than M. So, for what number of miles is the cost at Rent-A-Ride less than the cost at We Got Wheels? For anything greater than 85, the cost is going to be less. There you go. You guys have one application problem to try. Good luck.